Hello, welcome to another episode of the GNPS. General Engineer, umfana wangale kuleyo ndawo yazi now. As always, angihambi ngedwa. Sitting next to me is my next guest, Lumkah.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, girl?
I'm fabulous. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's Lumkah, fabulous.
Yeah, fabulous was Zulu.
Oh, where's
They
Zulu?
get it wrong. Yes.
Ghetto Fabulas. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulas. Fabulous.
Showcase.
Yeah, that's me.
Most people know you as a rapper, singer, presenter, actor, radio personality.
Yeah.
What am I forgetting?
You forgot the most important one. I'm a mother.
Oh.
First and foremost,
mother.
more than anything else, I'm a mother.
A queen.
Yeah, I'm a mother. Performing artist. I've basically done it all. I think God has positioned me the way that he's positioned me because he wanted me to get experience in everything so that I can able to excel in my talents. Because I've got many talents. Yeah, but some people would ask, what do you enjoy doing most? When I'm acting, I feel something else. When I'm singing, I feel something else. When I'm rapping, I feel something else. When I'm a mother, I'm somebody else. So everything has its own segments. And it's crazy because I wanted to be like a superstar from Samngan. But God's plan was like, nope, you first have to go through this. You have to go through this. And I think I'm at a position now where I feel the strength that I've been gaining from all the ups and all the downs, so much so that when something happens, I know how to tackle it. I know a way forward, because of the experience that I've gained in the entertainment industry. I started dancing. I started as a dancer.
Oh shit, another dancer.
Oh, and a dancer, yeah.
Ended up as the main act.
I started as a dancer ngisamncane. Sihamba ama-competition esikoleni, kufunakala igroup dancer than the most. Ashaya amapantsula would always come number 2 because besingamantombazane and ashaya amapantsula. But I continued and I continued. I went to auditions. Mbongeni Game, I was holding auditions.
Yeah.
For iskole sakhe. He had a dance school, a stable theatre. I went to the auditions. Ngasuke Friday, my auditions I say Peter Marisbeck.
Hey, what's a Friday?
Ngumqulusi.
Unamanga wena.
Ngiphume Friday, ngizalele Newcastle.
Phela sibona na uthukela wena. Mina ekhaya senquthu.
Oh, ukanti 45 minutes from me.
Uyazi.
Yes.
Wela nje Blood River
usofikile. So ngasuke Friday ngigibela itaxi. Ngaye Marisbeck for my auditions.
Yes, committed.
Ngathatha itaxi ngiqeda ama-auditions ngabuyela ekhaya. So from then on ngathola i-call kuthi okay, here's the situation. Uzoqala isikole ngomhla wokuthi so kufanele uthole indawo eThekwini. So then I spoke to my mom. I was like, Mom, I need you to start renting because it was immediately after I matriculated in 2006. December wakhona I went for auditions. So I knew vele ngo-2007 at least I have something to do. I went to Mbongeni Ngema Academy and Communications. Lapho I studied Zulu dance, all forms of Zulu dance. I studied theatre. So that's where the passion for performing and being on stage and just giving my talents to people, that's where it started. And then ngabona Ubheki Dlamini, he was managing Ubongi Durban at that time. And he was like, Wazani to dance, I've got an artist. Ubongi Durban was still starting out.
Wait, tell me. So you were with Uzinhle now?
Yes. Back in those days, Uzinhle and Maze Uzinhle. Me and this other girl called Upumi were the first dancers ever of Ubongi Durban when she was starting out. And then and then my mother was like, she was worried. Because lento zakho zomdanso I know ngiyakubona ukuthi uyayithanda nani but zizokunikezana imali. I'm worried about you. Phuma esikoleni, you haven't studied anything. How are you going to make money? I can't keep on paying rent for you every single time. And she was like, okay, at least study something. And then 2009 got decided to go, okay, let me try and figure out the business side of the music. So then I went to DUT and studied business management. That is where ngabona ukuthi okay, this is what you need to do to be able to channel yourself as a brand, to channel yourself in whatever that you're doing. This is what you need to do. Ngafunda lapho, and then I decided to take theory and put it to practice. Ngavula company called Fabulous Entertainment ngaleso sikhathi, 2009 vibes.
Yeah.
And then I opened a young agency. I recruited girls. I got a photographer to come and take pictures of my girls, tried to put together portfolio nyana. That is when I started speaking to Tira. Tira was using my girls for my music videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so most of the big Nas music videos, Tira's music videos.
So you
he would speak to me and say, Lumkah, I need 10 girls and I need them to dress like this. So Tira would fetch me his say, Shaka Marine, so tell inform your girls, and then he started paying me for it, and I was like, okay, this is good business, you know. This is all I need to do: put together a nice portfolio, send it to the right relevant people.
Are there still people doing that?
There are. There's a lot of proper agencies, for brands like alcohol
can you
brands.
Can you name them? Because you know why? Because for me, like when it comes to things like that, I think that's much more professional than somebody asks girls to come shoot a music video. Next minute they're being taken advantage of.
Yeah. I have a best friend, I don't know if you know her. It's Annie Ludek. This is how we got the dance gigs that we started getting. It was because of her. She worked. She's the first person that started working for Hulutakuru. She has a company called VIP Bookings. She normally has like a portfolio of professional girls, and then she gets them jobs to do brand alignments, activations, and it's a proper business that is running, and she's good with it.
And it's paying.
So. It's a matter, and I'm a dancer's as well. She has dancers that she's able to outsource to abantu who wants to do music videos and so that is a business that can give you imali. And there is a lot of people. It's just that obviously, it's a very small awkward place where sometimes mwenzi into people might think ukuthi uyasikebenga lo or akayazi into ayenzayo, you know what I mean. So it's just a matter of putting yourself out there. So ngabanjalo-ke ngalezo ikhathi lezo, and then I decided to move to Joburg because I wanted to fulfill my dream, because I felt like Tegu was just like taking long. I'm just like, what is happening?
You and everyone else.
I'm like, why am I putting in so much work but nothing is coming out of it? And so there was a guy that I knew, Uvugani Kamalak, who he was part of his compliance Dala.
Yeah.
It's cover my butt, that guy.
Yeah.
So that guy has been dancing since those days. So in Joburg he has a school. It's called African Child. African Child houses all the dancers in Joburg, basically. So Mavuga was like, okay, you have this side, but it's not doing anything for you. Move to Joburg, come rehearse with my dancers, and let's see what we can do. I was like, sharp, vele, I'm a risk taker. I tell you, Mama, I'm leaving Durban. I'm going. Oh, that time I just got my first job ever as admin lady. It was called Kasim Kadwa Architects. It was like a Muslim architect company. I would be sitting there with Reginiela and I'd just be thinking of writing songs, thinking of routines.
When I was saying, it
was difficult. Waking up every morning to go to to a place where you don't feel at home. I felt captivated. I felt in a box. I felt limited. There was cameras everywhere in the office. I couldn't even do anything. I'm just like, no, this is not me. I left the job. I went to Joburg. This is 2011. Yeah, after the World Cup, because the World Cup we were doing a fan parks, just dancing that routine in your corner. You know what I mean? So it was just that. So we level 700 rand, 500 rand yana here and there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, man, I want this thing to be bigger. It can't just be about 700 rand a weekend, or 1,000 rand a weekend. I'm like, I want to take this like very professional. I went to Joburg. Fair Joburg, every day Sari has African Child. Luckily enough, Uvugani was very active in terms of getting gigs. Sorry, like in and around Johannesburg. I'm talking about even going out of Johannesburg. He's taken us to Botswana. He's taken us to Namibia. He like that guy would have like maybe 5 gigs a weekend.
Yes,
And we would drive. We would always be on the road.
Now, how do you get paid now with
Okay.
this?
With Vugana's gigs, it was better because at least you know, as a dancer, for every performance you get 700 or 800 rand. Banning a stage, remember it's about 5 dancers or 6 dancers on stage. So each and every person would get paid 700 or 800 rand depending on the gig. And then if you have 3 gigs a night, then you know what's high. Grand. And you would perform the whole. Sometimes you would rest on a Monday or a Tuesday. Wednesday, the goal is J. I collect. Monday, corner is like a Saturday. When I got there, I was just like, ha 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 ha. This place is very fast. It's
Manje,
a fast place.
Who the expenses for the trip is funded, is paid for?
Expenses, when they pay, mhlampe yena bazomnikeza 10,000 for hypothetically saying, masiye duze, like let's say we go to Joburg, bazomnikeza 10,000, and then yena from that 10,000 is going to book accommodation, and then uzothenga labo KFC, nabo Nando's, just to accommodate us, ukuthi sidle. And then again from that money, he will then say, okay, I'm splitting it up like this. Now he would even pay us on the day, nabo, if they pay him cash on the day, So it was all good and well. But then, and then he saw the potential of being the actual performing artist as opposed to being a dancer. So sometimes I'd double up as perform my own songs, and then sometimes I'd just stick to dancing. Either or, it would give me imali, So I danced for about 3-4 years. About 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Hey, and then life happened, and then I fell pregnant with my first son.
Ekhaya.
Yeah, and then my mom was just like, "Eish, okay." My mom is very upants. My mom upants, a shame. Agakwazi. She's not outspoken, Jengam. I don't know where I get this from, honestly. But anyway, story for another day. So ngamchalag, and then she was like, "Okay, Sharp, we'll do what we need to do, but come back home." Then ngabuyake, and then that's how I left Igoli.
Yeah. So now you're back at home.
That's how I left Igoli. So wakula boy, and then I had to come back to Durban now to start afresh.
I
still had my grand back then. My grandma's favorite shame. And then I had to. So, but the only way I can get imali, I know what I can look for office jobs, what, and Joburg pays more than Durban, mind you. So if you're an admin person in Joburg, you could get a good 8K.
Yeah.
If you're an admin person in Joburg, your minimum is 3K. Yeah, so I was like, okay, Sharp, if I'm from 7, I'm gonna at least have to find it in Joburg. And then before I'm Seguin, I actually went to Joburg. This is now where I started getting airplay or acting gigs. So I knew a lady called Utan. Tandi Matlaila used to be, I forgot her name, but there was this story says like, not hizo man. This story is a BC one. Says no entle. Not Ikazlami. I forgot it. I forgot that story, but Ngamazela Lap, and then I met her in Joburg, and she has this PR company going on. So she was like, okay, Sharp, Lumkah, there's Mnet Bioscope is looking for actors and actresses that can dance. Ngathi mina okay leyo etha yona ngizobona phambili ukudansa ngizobangela ngeroutine yabo. And then when I got there, they gave me the script. Mind you, my hair and my nails were done. I was ngizama ukuzenza usisi oze audition.
Now uzobabonisa.
And then they gave me the script. They were like, okay, sikunikeza 20 minutes, hamburger pandle, learn the script, come back, show us what you got. This is my first ever. I'm just like, yo, this is how it happens in Joburg. Damn, son. Ngafunda. I went into the room. I like like a panel of judges lapha and nje basiras bakanje. Abahleki bakubuka, what is your name? My name is Lumkah Mlambo. How old are you? You say your age, and then I say that, the director reads the dialogue, so you have to respond with your actions. Hi, director reads pendulum. Okay, thank you. Study piece. Well, which song are you using? Put the song. I dance. But okay, we will call you. And then I'm like, sure.
First audition in the bag.
Yo. I'm like, in my heart, I'm feeling it. I'm like, okay, sharp. Let's wait for the call. Then those were the days I just started to like really speak to the Mudimo. I'm like, Bob God, please, and it was paying like I had 20K. I'm like, 20K out there, Bob God, I need it. And then I'm just like, I'll wait for the call. Lindy call, Ingeni call, 011. Tate a breath, and then I listen to the lady, and the lady's like, hi, Lumkah, I've got good news and bad news. I'm like, please start with the bad news. She's like, I can't start with the bad news. I have to start with the good news so that I can tell you the bad news. And then I'm like, okay, tell me the good news. And then she's like, you got the part. And I'm like, yeah, 20K in the bag. And I'm like, what is the bad news? And then she's like, you will have to take off your weave and your nails because the part that we're giving you is a school kid. And then I'm like, sure, that is the bad news. I get then it's fine. And then we started rehearsing. And then my first acting gig was Ispanzula it was a five episode series on Mzansi Magic. I was a supporting role there, so it was just about me and the lead. And that was cool, looking at myself, watching myself on TV for the first time. Mama bajabule, they taking videos, they sending them to everyone. I'm just like, yeah, this is what I want my mom to feel like when I'm doing my stuff, And then and then that's where I fell pregnant with the boy like 2 years later after that. And then I had to come back again.
And then wait, let's go back a little bit. We'll come back to this point. Also cool, nje, Friday. How was life for you? Did you ever see yourself with okay, ubuka TV and you're like, oh no, mhlawumbe TV ayingekho ekhaya?
Okay, bakhona. What I normally used to do, I used to collect zonke ingane zangasekhaya. There was a radio, Coco had a radio, idlala cassettes. There was my mom bought a cassette and kumbuli vulindlela uprend washata ngayo leyo ngoma leyo, so we had the little cassettes lelo. I collected ingane zangasekhaya. My sister, I have got a sister as well, so I would ngimfundisa ama routines bese sima ngaphandle yabo bese sidlala iradio kakhulu bese siyadansa abantu abodlela emgaqweni babeke basibuke. Go cassette.
You put on a street show.
And then we started getting bookings emshadweni, makushada abantu sihambe siyocela sithi hayi sicela ukudansa mase sicela ukushaya nje item yabo bese me and my sister ngimthengela amajini afanayo ikipa efanayo ke bese siyadansa. And then I started recruiting other kids from around the streets here. Sibe baningi ke bese sezite yodwa full ihlela siyadansa mina phela ilida ke ngihamba phambili. I really miss those days. Like it was just fun, carefree days. I didn't have to worry about sending invoices and trying to get gigs, locking down,
wearing your mask.
You know what I mean? Sanitizing. I didn't have to worry about all of those things. But it is what it is.
When I was speaking about this whole COVID situation, as an artist, as a creative, how has it affected you?
Emotionally blind to such an extent that I've got an EP that is on the shelves waiting to be released. It was supposed to be released on my birthday, which is the 15th of April. And my plan for it was I wanted to do a media launch for it and then do a post-production where I would give the people a link maybe to YouTube or wherever just to see the whole performance, because I wanted to do like a full-on production with my dancers, my DJ, and my band. You know, so that has been on hold, but ngiyabona manje because everything is slowly shifting onto the digital side. So the plan is then to now actually do it and then push it on the digital side. So I am going to drop the EP in August, which is Women's Month, which is perfect because I'm a woman and I'm proud to be one. So maybe this was another God's plan. Ukuthi ilinda kancane sisi uyathanda ukujaha. Yo, ave ngipholisa bese bab God. Uvele nje athi linda kancane girl. I know when it's going to happen. And when it happens, it becomes beautiful. Beautiful.
You currently have a single that's out, Iboya.
Yes.
How is it doing?
It's doing amazing. Funny enough, yeah, guys, people, thank you to all of those people that have gone out to any kind of digital platform, whether it's Spotify, whether it's iTunes, whether it's your Google Play. People are getting the song and they're giving me feedback. It's okay, yeah, girl. We love the direction. We see what you are trying to do. You know. So I'm grateful.
When are we getting the visuals for?
I'm a visuals. I am dropper. Ngomhla 31 July. You see now, I haven't even posted the promo video. Yeah. So the video is coming out. I figured ukuthi I owe people that much because with Into Zakdala was the first single that I dropped in February. I could only afford to do a promo video, so there wasn't an official full video, and people were expecting the full video. So it's just like, ish, sorry guys, but yeah, I tried this time to make sure after the song drops, there's visuals, you know, there's the proper art cover.
That's the way. It's the way.
So I did a professional photo shoot with this lady called Ilana Chills. She does the
things.
Yeah. She does the things, that lady. Yo.
I think it's in your
So I was blessed to meet her, and then we decided, it's okay, let's do a creative shoot. And then I did a mood board, sent it to her. She loved it. We got together. We are besties now. We are the best of besties. So we're always checking up on each other. And she's like, okay, sharp. Whenever you need to do visuals, speak to me. And my art cover is looking like $1 million. I never even expected it to look like that. I'm just like, yo. Wow. And then the actual video is shot by Usiyabonga Nyoka. He shot the promo video for Into Zakdala. So shout out to you, Siyabonga Nyoka.
Shout out to Mr. Nyoka.
So he's
Grim. Hey, yo, shout out Grim. I didn't know your government, my nigga. Shout out to Grim. That's our nigga.
I love his work ethic. He's very professional. Yeah. You get to the sets, you know what you need to do, directs you properly, and I just love his energy and the kind of person that he is, and he's very talented, guys. So the team, look at that team that got together. So this time, yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna drop my visuals on the 31st of July. And then obviously, hopefully, music stations and or Channel O and all those other people that we are gonna submit to are gonna play.
Yeah, we see you.
Are gonna play. Hey, compile. Put compile. Hey. But it's fine. It's all good. It's all love. So also keep it in music. Whether it plays on radio, whether it doesn't. So also keep it.
Man, you have the luxury of Spotify. Notifies you how many people listen to music. Same with
you
iTunes.
get a statement. Show you it's okay. Now these people, so many people on Spotify, Deezer, goop. Yes, it's okay. Abantu bambe Android ba loyal, or abantu bambe iPhone ba loyal, or abantu bambe ba loyal. That way you know who to target and how to target. It's perfect because Yonketo is moving digitally actually. For an artist, you just need to get the hang of it and see what works for the brand. You know what I mean? So,
it's very important for artists to have a digital footprint.
Please, I even went to such an extent. I have a budget for a digital strategist, angikwazi ukwenza indaba zo-social media. I'm not techno-savvy. So she understands better because she studied it. You know, so she sits me down at Lumkah, this is what you need to put online. This, no, local class, it doesn't belong there. It doesn't belong there.
Who's your digital
Igama lakhe
strategist?
Uzizi Sibisi. She has a page like it's called Amasu Amahle. She just launched the page.
I'll check
just
it out.
recently. Please do.
In fact, I
She's
think
amazing
we need
with
more
that.
people like her.
Yeah.
Who, especially in
this time,
that
more
we
people
are
like her
in.
need to come out and just do the job. And I'm glad ukuthi ngithole kuqala engakabi busy ngoba ngiyabona usezoba busy, like people are just calling and hitting her up yabo. So I'm just glad, and I'm learning from her as well. When she tells me this is how you do it, this is what you need to do, you know. So now I'm saying I can't understand that it's what goes into the digital space. Yeah, well.
Let's talk about the work that you do at Radio DR.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So you're the person that I know that's there. So I'm gonna ask you to tell me what's the whole deal with whatever you are allowed to tell me, obviously.
Okay.
And before you get to what you do, like, let us know what is Radio DR about and what is it that they do. And then we'll get into what you do there.
Okay. Radio DR is a creative space for anybody that is a creative, basically. We've got audio platforms where you can come in and say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm a podcast, and I think there's about 4 or 5 different kind of podcasts there within the radio station. And then we also have a visual space which is called Deeply Rooted. This is headed by Zisto. She is a Kakasi FM presenter. This is where she goes to the groove of Durban, and she just basically gives us the insights of what was happening Guleo groove or that event or whatever the situation is. And then also under Radio DR, the CEO of Radio DR also is part and parcel of a company called the Stockfell. They shoot visuals and just short films.
Shooting with Ulungelo.
Yes, they're doing something with Ulungelo Manzi. So yeah, that's basically what Radio DR. It's deeply rooted is the mother company, and then Radio DR comes under Deeply Rooted. Yeah.
And so when you have a podcast or?
Yes, Mina, I have a podcast under Radio DR. It's called The Boom Boom Room.
Tell us about the Boom Boom Room.
Okay.
What is the Boom Boom about?
A Boom Boom Room.
What do we do in the Boom Boom Room? Do we do the same thing that Rowdy Rich does in the Boom Boom Room?
Okay, a Boom Boom Room is basically I'll say a room, a live room, where I basically get to give up and coming artists a chance to get an insight of the business of the music, not just the music. Yes, akhona platforms okudlala music wabo, because we all know some radio stations amakhulu don't necessarily have like time or segments for up and coming music. Yes. Radio only plays commercial. Yeah. You know, so for you to be able to play on radio, it's either uyikhokhele leyo nto ukuthi yenzeke, or it's either sekuyisikhathi sakho or sekuyinhlanhla yakho. You know, you can submit 100 songs radio. They won't even send you an email saying sorry. Panel yethu said no. Yeah. So I feel like a podcast is a space where we can now say, okay, on my show I have a producer's corner segment. This is where I give opportunities to our producers. Most people don't even know, but artist just because the artist, you know, it starts from the producer. Who gave you the beats to do that song?
Just the face.
You know, so I give producers a platform. I ask for their EPK so that I'm able to know it's okay. General wakanjinela uphuma kuphi and when's at this type of music. So I give them two songs to play. I play 2 songs from that specific producer. And then I also have another segment called Yay or Nay. This is where I just play a random song, a new song, up and coming song, and then me and Silo get to decide which is it, like a yay song, is it a nice song, or is it not a nice song? And then we don't only stop there, we also tell the artists what they need to work on and what they need to do to better their craft, because we listen to not just only the song, we listen to the production of the song. Is it mixed properly? Is it mastered properly? You know, all of those things. Some artists don't necessarily understand
what would happen at if you were signed to a record label.
Exactly. So not only do I have those segments there, I also, in the beginning of the show, I tackle a topic that would assist and enlighten, educate an artist of what to do to move forward. One, do you have an EPK as an artist? How are you selling yourself? Two, do you have a professional team that's going to assist you? Because you can't do it by yourself. Guys, trust me, I've been trying, and gunzima. You need to put together a team, and you need to make sure that the team takes care of the brand, and you as an artist just focus on the music. You know, so it's a lot of...
And just, sorry, Carter. Can I just... Maybe someone might think when you're speaking about a team, you must now go hire professionals. Some of the things, it's something that your friends, your sister,
Look
your
at
brother,
your friends, yes.
your cousin can do.
Exactly. So you have to start somewhere. You have to put a team together, even if it's people that you know and people that you can come to good terms with and say, okay, guys, this is what is happening. You know, you wash my hand, I wash your hand. You might help me with something, or something, you know. So it's all of those topics that I tackle, topics on how to make money as an artist, topics on what to do with your music, where do you need to take your music to, kuluma no samro, kuluma with ukumisa, you know, all of these music assisting places that you can talk to and ask for assistance, you know. So that's what the show is basically about. It's just to enlighten and educate an up and coming artist.
And how does an up and coming artist end up having their music playing on your show, or do you feature them?
Okay, yes. So on e website here too does have like a place where you can put the link of your music, and then it gets to us as an email. Bese mina lalela email. I mean lalela music, and then we get back to you and say, okay, your music is gonna be played, and then we tell you which feature it's gonna be played on. If I do an interview, then and then we do the interview. Everything is still online. We're using we're using an online app to record, so it's just basically going into a room but online. You know, so...
What app is that?
It's called Podbean. Podbean Live.
Yo.
You can actually have 50 people.
I feel so privileged.
You can actually have 50 people. You can basically invite a lot of people.
So basically you can have
they need to download the app,
with someone who's in another
Australia.
continent.
Yes, definitely. As long as they have the app and then they call in, then everybody becomes in one room but in the air.
I don't know, I'm still stuck. I'm reluctant to have like those online podcasts.
It's
like,
fine.
See this, I wouldn't have been able to do it like over
the air.
It's like, yo, it's awkward.
No, that physical communication also helps as well.
And another thing I've noticed, like when I watch, because I do watch or listen whenever people are doing those kind of, they tend to talk over each other.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes because it lags. I think the internet lags, and then
it does.
And then you come in just as about like somebody is trying to say something.
Yeah, konaksanzima. You just have to find. Sometimes it's difficult. You're trying to wait for you're waiting for the guest online. You're just like, what is happening? They're trying to call in. They're not getting it right. You know, it is very frustrating. But because what can happen?
So what's the plan for the Boom Boom Room overall, if I can ask? Am I allowed to ask you that question?
Yes. Okay. How Boom Boom Room is my baby.
So where do you want to take it? Like where do you?
I actually want the Boom Boom Room to be live, to be quite honest with you.
And in a form of a radio show.
In a form of a radio show, but also have visuals. You know what I mean? I feel like as much as people listen, but they relate more if they're actually seeing the energy and they seeing who's this Lumkah Fabulous actually. Okay, so some Zule red twin, but Uban.
Is she really fabulous?
Is she really fabulous? You know what I mean? So you would find Uguti Ingomaga Prince KP siyayazi. But if Prince KP can come into the room, Maz like Uzomaz because okay, you are a real fan. You know, you are a real fan, but I feel like visuals are now the way to go. But if there's no visuals, it didn't happen.
Yeah, like, you know, right now.
There's no visuals, then it didn't happen.
There's a lot of things. Like, if you look at the video, that video of George Floyd, no one would have believed that. Like, if somebody said a guy stood on a guy's neck for 8 and 40 something minutes.
Imagine. But sisibonile kuhle ngoba camera itshengisa
exactly.
So that's where I want to take it. I want my guests to have some kind of identification so that my listeners can put the face to the name of who I'm speaking or talking to. Yeah, Bone.
Okay. Here's another thing I want to understand is, okay, so the show, the Boom Boom Room, is not owned by DYR. It's just licensed by them.
Yes, it's licensed by them because it's on their platform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a point where you maybe say, I want to license it myself, so there will be a way to...
Yeah, there would have to be a way. Because, like as I said, it's my baby. I'm just using resources and I'm using the producer's time and the editor's time. You know, it's not only me.
No, it's great to hear that we have such platforms, because
definitely,
I feel like for me, I don't have a problem with radio, but
neither do I. Wink, wink.
I feel like podcasts
are
the
way
to go. I
agree.
I'll give you a point. For instance, when you have a guest, the reason you have a guest is because you want them to talk.
Yes, and be themselves and not be stiff like
and like
now I can't say this because I'm on radio. Now I can't. Must I say it? Must I not say it? No.
And you keep cutting them to go to ad breaks.
Yes. So Kokeli, say it all.
I lose interest as a listener.
Say it all.
As a listener, you lose me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there to listen to the ads. Like, you must trick me to listen to the ads. Don't like shove them down.
Also,
my throat.
it must be a dope ad, not just a stupid ad.
Like I don't know. You've noticed how they do ads on audio podcasts. So they'll either put them in the beginning and at the end, or put them in the beginning and somewhere in the middle
and right at the end only.
But there's most of the time there's just content and less ads.
Yeah.
Because you can't be a guest and you're busy telling us, and then I moved to Josie and
sorry.
We need to cut to the ad. Yes, we need the money from the ads, but let's find a better way of making the money.
Me and you are on the same page. Same page.
I mean, I don't know on this side. I don't know that many female podcasters, especially here in Durban, besides you and I think you're pretty much the only one that I know.
Okay, Radio DR has a couple of, I think Jablan is the only, Jablan and Navsilo are the only males. Then the rest is just females.
Wow.
Monday Mayhem, Minitus used to be, she used to be on DUT radio. Yeah. Now she has her own podcast called Monday Mayhem. Pretty dope. Check it out. Pretty dope. She speaks about anything that has to do with life. Some topics are very interesting. And then she plays music and she gives a chance to up and coming artists as well, which is dope. you know. And then there's another lady. Like, I haven't really listened to her podcast. What is it called, Konje? I forgot what it's called. But there's quite a few, like Bakono Kelly, who are doing the things.
Hey,
you know,
we need more of them.
They're doing the things. And they're putting other people, you know, giving platforms to other people. Because now, when I listen to another podcast, and then I get to listen, it's okay, this is the featured person for the day, and then I go to that person's Instagram and I see what they're about, you know. So you just get to learn more about different people.
You said you're a business person.
I'd like to believe I am.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'd like to believe I am.
This is nothing wrong. It's absolutely fine. That's a good thing. Every one of us needs a businessman within themselves.
Yes.
Whether it's a good one or a bad one, but whether we're no businessmen. You mentioned that you like, in everything that you do, you more or less know that there is money to be made. Or there is a financial opportunity. And so isn't the same applies for podcasting.
Definitely.
Obviously, because when you look elsewhere in the country, outside of the country, you notice that there are opportunities for financial gain within podcasting. Do you see us getting to that point here in South Africa as far as having a podcast industry that's generating revenue, and at the same time you are seeing individuals making huge gains, such as the ones that are made by the likes of Joe Rogan?
Definitely. I think it's just a matter of pushing. Like, whoever's doing a podcast right now, keep on pushing. It's difficult. It's difficult.
No. I'm with you.
I'm with
you. I just want to echo it.
I won't lie to you, and I do blame myself. I haven't had time to record my show because it's a lengthy show. There's a lot of segments to it, and there's a lot of plug-ins with the music, different kind of music. My show is about an hour and 30 minutes max, because there's also a DJ segment where I play a live mix of a DJ that is unknown from somewhere, you know.
Shout out.
So I'm giving opportunity to everyone.
It is the boom boom room.
So I need to make time. I can't keep on saying this katasiko. Yes, asiko. But if I can make time to come to GNPS and have an interview, you know, I can make time to do my own thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's just a matter of pushing and then making sure everything is on paper, business-wise. Write down have your business plan and say, this is what I want to do. So that when you give it to the right people, it's got a trademark. GNPS podcast, it's my idea, it's mine. You know, so that when it does happen, that because people that have money have a tendency of wanting to just buy everything and anything that they can afford. And then because it's not their dream, then it doesn't happen the way it's supposed to happen. Yeah. And then you're sitting there, boom boom room. Now it's playing everywhere, but it's not the boom boom room, you know?
There's a boom missing.
You know,
it's the boom room.
So as much as you would want investors and as much as you would want a financial assistance, make sure that you know what you're trying to do so that it doesn't derail when there's money involved. Because when there's money involved, she just says language much, you know. So it's just a matter of pushing and having your paper trails, knowing what you want, and sticking to the vision.
And I looked at the Joe Rogan situation, and I'm like,
who's Joe Rogan? I need to look at this Joe Rogan person.
Joe Rogan. Once you find out how much money he's making from this thing that we're doing.
No.
You might just want to change the career.
I'm gonna look into this Joe Rogan.
Let me tell you, according to Spotify, Joe Rogan is valued more than any music artist that they have on Spotify.
What? How?
Right
what
now.
is he doing right? We want the formula.
He has the world's best podcast.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
all. Simple.
I need to
Ease.
just go and look into this podcast. I need to.
Like there's so much money that is being made within podcasting, and right here on this side, there's still a gap because the big guys, the big corporates, who can actually just capture that whole market, they're still focused on what we call mainstream, which is radio
commercial.
and TV and all those kind of things. So here there's an opportunity. If you start now and you can create an audience which is going to be consuming the content that you're providing for them, in the next 5-10 years, we'll be talking a totally different story.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's why, for me, I'd like to encourage everyone who's doing podcasting, don't stop. If
Cool.
you started, just keep it going. Make sure, even if you lose everything that you have, trust me, if it's good and you have an audience that's telling you that I listen to your shit, so I'm telling you it's good, you must keep on with it.
Showcase. Nam's keep on. Don't worry. It will happen. I'm planning. It will happen.
Eventually.
It will happen.
Just one more question for me, and then from here, as I was saying, I have no question. Then I'll leave it to you to ask any question if you have.
Okay.
I just want to find out, now that you are an artist who's been in the space, not as an artist but as a dancer and other facets as an actor, how do those experience do they help you now at the point that where you are, or they just like it's whatever, I could have figured it
No.
out anyway?
You I don't think you can just figure something out. You have to try. Qala. You might fail. But you can't just say, okay, angikwazanga ukuxhuma le TV, but nginayo. Okay, sharp. Ngoba ngingazange ukuxhuma sengizoshare kanje ngingayixhumi. You're gonna try ukuxhuma izidlala. You know what I mean? So you have to go through stuff in order for you to understand what step to take when that thing happens. You gain experience by making a mistake, because if one's a mistake, it's either you learn from it or you don't learn from it. And if you don't learn from it, it will keep on happening until you learn from it, because the purpose of the mistake is for you to learn. So every mistake that happens in our lives, you have to learn from them. You know, so I mean, all that I've gone through has given me so much insights about life, about myself as a human being, about the world on its own, you know. So, yeah, it's funding from our mistakes is all I can say.
Aye. Anything in closing before Svale? Mhlambe khona ofila ukuthi ayi general la ngathi ngirobheni. But like,
Right. I think we've covered about everything.
everything. The single is out and the EP
Single
utayiza
is
nini?
out. EP ngicela ukudropha nge-Women's Month, guys. End of August, so ngizobona which dates is going to be relevant.
Visuals
end
are
of
droppa nini?
August, my visuals are droppa 31st of July for Ibuya, the official music video. Please go onto YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got a channel, it's called Lumkah Fabulous. There, uzobona all my performances. I perform with the band. I perform everywhere. I used to perform everywhere because I did a Skim Sam tour 2 years ago. So it's got quite a lot of videos of me on stage, you know. So I just want people to see what I'm about, what I'm bringing to the table. But there's still more to come, obviously. So Zabona.
The queen has spoken. You can follow the podcast at GNPS_podcast. You can follow myself at General_Njiniela. And you can follow Tiny behind the camera at TinyFilms_.
Shout out
She
Tiny.
didn't give us a handles and all those kind of things. So now I guess she must do that.
at Lumkah Fabulas, LUMKAH FABULAS across all social media platforms.
Catch us next time.